I'm working for NASA. Alright. What's up, everybody? I'm MrGlasco. This is MrGlasco TV. It's Monday, November 27th, 2017. Welcome. What's up? Make the trap great again. Hold on. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm working for NASA by a long shot, but I don't know. I guess I could try making actual real. I could attempt to mimic real life spacecraft. And where is it? Come on. In Kerbal Space Program. For now, I'm sticking to fantasy because I'm a little bit more entertained with trying to figure that stuff out. I think it's more fun. But it goes to show, if you do actually try to follow, like even just a picture of what NASA's got going on, and SpaceX and Virgin Space, their program. If you try to copy what they've got going on, it's obviously legit because it's actually, you know, real life designs, as opposed to trying to design spacecraft around fictional movies and stuff. I don't know why this isn't showing. There it is. This is what we're playing. Kerbal Space Program. It's a little space flight physics simulator in a open sandbox kind of game that I've been playing for the past week or so. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it into streaming past Wednesday of last week. I got way too busy with Thanksgiving and family things, but we're here now. We're gonna keep it going. Let's put the chat there. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving or family holiday. For those who may not practice Thanksgiving, or may not be in the same country where it's relevant. Or if you are part of the same country and you are descendants of the indigenous people, hope you what is it? How do I say, I guess, condolences? Because I know they, like, the indigenous people practice self-care, and they make it about their family, just in a different way, in a different light. Alright. So this is what we got. It was the very last flight that I made in this, made it to the island. The island airbase or airfield with 3% fuel to spare. So I think it needs more fuel. Or not necessarily. Well, it'll just need to be refueled, I guess, before re-entry if it makes it into space. So then from space, if it's within the vicinity of the Kerbal Space Program Center, then it can fly and maneuver its way to landing and doesn't have to be dead on. Otherwise, I don't see why. So we just need to retrofit this thing for space. Right? We can shore up the center of mass by removing fuel here from these wings. What's up, Space Lord? What's the What you thinking? That's tapped. Where are my wing parts with fuel? I feel like I only emptied one. There's this one. That one's empty now. And then there was this one that I emptied. So that forces the weight. I think I want to even take the fuel out of the monopropellant. See, the thing about monopropellant is that it's actually from here to the back. So as we use monopropellant, say in space, we're going to start becoming unstable. Unless I had a way of like... Unless I had a way of balancing it, like how a submarine has ballast tanks. Is it ballast? That as it needs to become balanced, it dumps air pockets, I think, accordingly. In other words, for this monopropellant tank, I would have to have something to counterbalance it, and as it depletes itself, I deplete the other side. But because it's in space, I don't think I'll have to worry about balance like that. Space is more important about the alignment here. The alignment of center of thrust to center of mass is the most important thing when it comes to space. As far as I know, those engines are exactly where they're supposed to be, as far as all the parts clipping or snapping to the center. So that's what that is. See, as this fuel... So this is a bone dry ship, as far as I know, right? Let's confirm it. Oops. Let's confirm that this is a bone dry ship. Should be no fuel for me to work with. So somewhere there's... Used to have wing parts? Where are you? This one? These are the ones I emptied. Aren't they? Unless there's another, there's a second set? Ah, I see. First set, second set. And then 180. Where? What is this? MK2 bicoupler. MK2 bicoupler. Is that this part? But those are basically... Oh, batteries. I need to remember batteries. Remember batteries. There's nothing worse than... I mean, there's plenty worse than getting... What's up, armor? Sorry, took me a million years there to like knowledge. I'm not actually feeling too great. Celebrated my daughter's 3rd birthday at Chuck E. Cheese. And one of those snot-nosed little kids, obviously nobody in the party, the birthday party celebration, but you know, one of those other random kids in the place had to have gotten me sick. And it's also the temperature changes, so. Armor. Your doppelgangers have arrived. So why? I have to remember, is there something I have to do to remind it to keep these empty? I feel like if I tap them here, they're... Unless there's a 3rd? Oh, it's just the 2. Oh god, armor. Armor on periscope. I have to assume it's the biocoupler. Yeah, let's empty this one out. I remember all of you. Speaking multiple personalities. I was trying to watch that one movie on it's on HBO. Oh, there is a 3rd. With the guy. There's like a bunch of personalities in him. Okay, I think this is a wing part. This is a wing part, and then this is a wing part. We got them all. Just for is it posterity? Greetings, good sir. The brakes. Fuel. Where is this? Where is this high? Jebediah. Bill. Where are you smuggling it? Oxidizer. The fuselage short. A what? Fuselage short. Is that this thing? It's pointing inside. Wait, what's that? What the heck is that? Okay. So there's a part, there's a cockpit, there's a part with the hangar doors. There's another part before it gets to the part that goes to the, so there's just another part I missed. And that should be it. Then we're on our way to centering this thing within a razor's Nick? Who's Nick? I only know armor. Or more. See, there's this part that I tapped, and then there's this part. Boop. Boop. Okay, now it's empty. Now I know your real name. Yeah, you're supposed to make a you're supposed to make a fan page and then chat as your fan page. It's like So I guess it's also the same with YouTube, where you can use either your page or your actual real name. What am I doing? Center. Let's find this thing. So from here, I want this to be able to glide on a bone dry, empty thing. So we need to center this first. You move it forward somehow. We already got this wing parts clipping through. I'm scared to push it any further. Got this piece. Got this piece. Where's the other one? There's another one. Is this the one? Is this the one I'm thinking? This one, this one, this one. I've already moved that one. Trying to minimize how much clipping out of here. Got these two covered. What about this one? This looks like the ship Thor Ragnarok for some reason. It's because that's what it is. That's what it is. That's an astute observation of you to have made. Well, that is in fact what we've been going for. Okay, I could try it. What's it look like when I put a versus not versus? We can try to sink it back into the wing and out. Nice and hidden like. Now how do I raise it? How do I raise it without going crazy? I mean, I guess I can, because just as long as you think of, if you're holding it from this arrow and it's kind of just balanced on both halves of this line, I feel like that's fine. It will mean, I think this means that, from you guys' perspective, for me to fly straight, whatever lift is this requires to lift the mass, I won't be flying like this, I'll be flying like this. Which we observed last test flight when we made it to the island. If I can get this to point up, I can fly straight. But the reason it's tilted is because the part's like this. Just for aesthetics. And I kind of don't want to get all into all of that. I'm accepting that this isn't really a aircraft. It's gonna fly funky, which makes me think, if anybody's seen Thor Ragnarok, when they're just jumping in a spaceship and like, oh, I get it. Let's. This is very intuitive. It's point and click or something. Touch screen. I feel like it would be a nightmare and a half. With that said, you know, Thor and the Hulk just instantly crashing. Instantly crashing on their escape attempt would be, you know, it wouldn't be the most thrilling movies to watch. It'd be funny in its own way. But, you know, just saying. So we get, okay, what do we need? Batteries. Batteries. Just go down the list, I guess. We have all of our piloting stuff. We could maybe throw in a backup remote guidance system. I feel like this is a good thing. Why would this be a good thing? Like if I had to ditch this in space and I wanted to rescue the pilots out of it, it wouldn't be a loss. It would just need to be refueled. But then this would draw power. Let's not even deal with that. Let's just assume that it's always gonna have pilots. And with that said, we should probably have ladders. Skipping now, skipping around. Where's the ladders? Where's the ladders? Watch me forget to put fuel back in this thing. So I'm making this ship that was used for the orgies, yes. Hopefully that's not too much of a spoiler. For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, you should see it. Funny thing about that though, see how can I talk about this without... People are questioning how Loki knew which ship it was so readily, right? You follow me? He said he gained favor with the Grandmaster. That's one piece of information, right? He happens to know readily which ship is the orgy ship. It's another piece of information. And in the comics, he has been known to be a female version of himself. Herself? I don't know what you would call, oh, you would identify at that point. So people are speculating based on those 2 points, those 3 points of information, what happened? What exactly happened that allowed Loki to gain favor with the Grandmaster? Which is fine, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, we got our ladder. It looks like the devil's anus. See what you did there. I was tempted to make Valkyrie's ship, but I'm not exactly sure how you make transforming parts in this. Is there like a thing for that? Because our ship's pretty cool. Like it can be flat like this with like 2 Trying to imagine how it is, like two kind of engine slash gun things, or its frame, its back body, but then those can also pivot to be kind of vertical takeoff type thing, so it can hover. But I wouldn't even know how to even start. I know people's made Transformers in this game, but what am I? Oh, stabilizers. I forgot all about these. We should install those. So much like tidying up. Where are the batteries? Oh, probably the electric thing, huh? Let's get a biggins. It's not really moving the weight around, so it's pretty safe to kind of just put these anywhere. I think I just put them nice and center in the cockpit. Just install those in there. Do we need more than 2 of those? 400. Why would we need a lot? Also, solar panels. So, one thing you can do. I know somebody mentioned color. Wish you can color the ship. This is an alternative way to kind of color. Only have really 2 sizes to mess with. But you can color your ship, kind of, with solar panels. So you can get a blue-gray contrast thing going. Let me see. There's a certain way I'm supposed to color this. No, the ship is yellow and red. Where are we? Ragnarok. Yellow, red, and black. Nothing really. No real way for me to start matching. Anything I just cover up stuff I want to try to hide. Smooth out some stuff. So I just place it already. It's like that first brush stroke. Not like Bob Ross. I can't just go in there. I can't just go ham. Very self-conscious about my aesthetic eye. There's no such thing as accidents or mistakes, he says. Just happy accidents. Dang. Everything must be perfect. Bob Ross it up. Happy little booster right there. We're just gonna put some solar panels right here. Just soak up that sun. You ever take the time to just enjoy the sunlight? Wouldn't you imagine what it would be like to be a solar panel just soaking up sun, gaining energy. Amazing technology. Amazing, simply amazing. Just basking in the glory of the sun. Not a care in the world. Too bad the efficiency is not currently not at the level to compete with fossil fuel consumption. And hydrogen powered fuel cells. Nuclear power. Or current solar array assemblies which actually just diverts sunlight to heat. Heat up a core of some sort, or old-fashioned steam power. That's a good impression. Maybe I should make a persona. Welcome to MrGlasco. MrGlasco. TV. We can go ahead and play some games. Be like the opposite of Dr. Disrespect. I appreciate y'all. What's his motto? It's speed, violence, speed, momentum. So what's the opposite of that? Kindness. Kindness. What's the opposite of speed, but not in a bad way? Cause like slow. Empathy. Empathy. Speed. Empathy, relaxation, and momentum. Momentum. What's the laws where it's like an object in motion will stay in motion, an object at rest. So what's the value for something being at rest as opposed to having momentum? It has, I want to say inertia. Hold on. Kindness, empathy, relaxation. Yeah. It's easy for nothing to remain. A tendency to do nothing or remain unchanged. Physics, a property of matter by which it continues in its existing state of rest or uniform motion. So inertia. You think Dr. Disrespect's odd? He's entertaining. If that's the like the kind of like you have to be in the right kind of state of mind. Like watching wrestling. Kind of larger than life. Let's see here. What are we doing? Kind of want to bridge this gap, but scared that this might not be the best positioning. just gonna move this down here. Let's go like this. I remember when I toyed around with the idea of a persona. I feel like technically that's what I was doing when I was doing my, when I had my channel primarily kind of themed around EVE Online. It was as if I was at the actual pilot in a parallel universe broadcasting into this universe. But it's like I never played EVE Online, so it felt very disingenuous. Is that the right wording there? I feel. Part of me wanted to actually dabble in it, but it just I couldn't get around to it, so I was like, oh, gotta ditch this. I feel like I didn't have the integrity. I wanted to maintain my integrity rather. But if I could figure out, I guess, a kind of persona, I'd consider such a thing. Just as long as I was having fun. Just as long as everybody enjoyed it. Everybody was having fun, having a good old time. Who knows? Maybe Gamer Bob Ross is a thing. I just don't even know it yet. Gamer Bob Ross. It's like maybe he's actually just like Dr. Disrespect, except his delivery is just the only thing that's different. We're gonna go ahead and just shoot these guys in the head. Deliver a bullet to him, right there. We're gonna go ahead and splatter splatter this wall right here with the innards of this guy's intestines, because I can't get a headshot, so we're gonna just settle here for a body shot. There we go. I'm like, oh my god. Can't look away. You actually considered getting PUBG if it went on sale, and it didn't. Even with all like the negative things that's going on with like people saying so many bugs and they're trying to optimize the wrong things when they still have fundamental issues and they got hackers. Part of me still kind of wants to dabble in it because I want to play a battle royale style game. I want to find one that's suits me. I have yet to even try one really. It's a weird thing here. I might just have to settle for that. It begs the question, is it a greed thing? It's like, why ain't you going on sale? Everyone else is. Don't be like EA. Don't go down that road. Sad though. I remember one of my friends even asked me, "So you playing that new Battlefront?" I didn't even know what he was talking about. I've been so far removed from EA games, and it's not even like a conscious like I'm boycotting EA. It's just I know I like the Battlefield franchise, but the last one I played was Battlefield 3. And I kind of just haven't gotten around to playing the rest. And it just kind of works out that I guess I'm not supporting these guys who's doing these crazy business practices. It's not even really on purpose. But I guess I was getting a kind of a weird sensation playing EA games. It's like, where you can tell that the game from a development standpoint is got a certain flavor to it. It's going down a path of like of microtransactions and all that. There's a certain flavor of microtransactions that I guess turn me off to EA games. Because I can't really say exactly why I even stopped playing Battlefield 3. I guess Battlefield 4 came out, so I was like, I guess even though there's still people playing it, I was like, need to go get that 4. Never did. I guess I tried to replace it with PlanetSide 2. Cause I just enjoyed the vehicles. Not a lot of shooters let you kind of incorporate the meta of vehicles like Battlefield did. PlanetSide 2. I'm not sure what to say about PlanetSide 2 though. It also had a weird kind of flavor to it that kind of made me drop off eventually. Fine wine. The vintage of this shooter here is far inferior to its predecessor. Yes, quite. Boop. Can I turn this, move it, and make it bridge. This gap. Close. This. Connect it. Kinda sorta. I can just shave off that corner. It will look fine. Oh wait, this is fine like that. Voice. Voice. That's noise. Let's turn that way. Boom, boom, boom. Paint with solar panels. Did not expect this. I really wanted to work on the rocket. I feel like it's gonna take a little while to work on the rocket that's gonna push this thing into space. Feels like it's gonna need my attention more so than this. Yet here we are. Trapped. Trapped in the struggle of aesthetics over function. I'm trying to see how I kind of, by clipping it in a way, I kind of made a line. I want to see if I can make it kind of like come to a point maybe or something. So it's not like these two weird bands. Like this looks more organic in keeping with the design. Let's try to see if we can that's kind of more or less. Okay. Let's see if we can. I might actually just be able to tilt this one. Kinda oughta. Tilt this one down. Yeah, there's our point. Okay. Comes to a low point. You want to bridge that though. That'll be it for the top. It'll be real awkward if we lose power and only the bottom side of the ship is facing the sun. Then it'd be like the dark side of the moon. We'd have to wait till rotation of whichever planet we're orbiting gets to a position. Remember then. So as long as you're in a stable orbit, you should all parts of your ship should eventually face the sun. I think. Okay. Oh god. Okay, we'll just cover this with one of these. A band-aid on it. Yeah, solar panels and shapes. Save. Kind of has it from the side too, right here, like barely, but I feel like that's enough. I can put it on the outer edge here, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get roped into trying to make it like a design again, unless. What size are these? So they need one the same size, or better yet, they should make a structural panel with solar cells built into it. Easy peasy. It would look like this, like the inside parts would be all solar panel. Ooh. See, maybe we could copy this one. Or to make there. Or to make this. Or to make that. Oh god. Space reality, all things that is in the moment is pure. Oh. Oh. Wow. I am both hungry and aroused. Thank you. What's up, Corgo? Excellent imagery there. With the proper practices of eating bacon. Ding, 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 ding. Do I want to go around the whole thing? I think I'm just gonna do the back. Kinda like a little highlight. Or maybe up to here. Just a little bit. Why is it crooked here but not here? Why? But why? Titanium. Titanium white. Get that titanium white in there. Boop, 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 boop. And then we could just copy this. All its crooked glory. Don't have to realign it. To there. And that. And there, there, there. Very nice, very nice. Oh, this one's crooked too. Maybe this one will copy over correctly. Not perfect, but I'll take it. Okay, here's a trick. Let's see if we can angle this. Actually, I can keep it angled. Try to clip it in just enough so it looks like it ends at a point. Or that pro tapering. So we got solar from the side, from the top, side, rear, front. We kind of just need bottoms, much like this paneling here. Let's just make it easy on ourselves. Let's make it easy on ourselves, and just do something simple. I'm trying to see if I can be intermediate piece between the transition of these panelings to this body, but looks like we're gonna have to clip a lot. Cut down, might cut down on the effectiveness of the solar panel. By a pinch. That. Right. Alright. Got that there. Hey, get your wobbly head out of here. Their necks, I can't even understand how they survive. Kerbals with those giant melons. Man, I got a pretty big head. But I don't walk around like a swinging that thing around. Like they're doing it on purpose. That's a conscious decision to walk that way. Go. This will be enough. This will suffice. This will be a nice little end piece here. Clipping into things. Actually, let's aim it. Make it match a little. Looks like it's too far in. Little misalignment here is gonna have me triggered. It's fine, it's fine. Got a little band, don't need big band. Got it covered, just little highlights. Little highlights here and there. Okay, what else do we need? We eventually need fuel. But we're waiting on all this other crap. Okay, stabilizers. These will actually make it much easier to fly. And in fact, these will give us, or should give us, the ability to maneuver without fuel. I don't know what these are called in here. Actuators or something. Basically throws weight around in such a way where you can maneuver. Or no, what's it called? Gyroscope? Something like that. One of those. Well, maybe both. A little mix. But basically, as long as we have power, whatever goes on in the magic and science that are the stabilizers, we'll actually be able to maneuver. Unlike, which would help if we lose fuel and we're coming in on a landing, we're not just dead in the air at the mercy of drag. We have some means of control, but this might be too big. This might be too greedy here. Be too greedy to want this much control. Even though I could probably fit it. It looked like I could fit it like right back here. Kind of lined up with these engines. Like if I could get this here and then sink it into the frame on both sides. But instead of doing it asymmetrical, like I could maybe find the point at which I can quit, or I guess I can't. Let me do this. Can I? How am I doing this? Looks like I'm gonna have to put it on, like on this panel, and then rotate it. So at least it's like kind of based on the center. Home base. Where are you? Where are you putting yourself? This one? Rotate up. Try to square this. Usually I try to make it like, if there's one in the back, there's one in the front, one on the side, one on the side, like, I'm kind of thinking, what happens if we have like two, what happens if we try to make a triangle? Is it actually more stable? Less stable? I feel like with a triangle be one of the most stable geometric shapes. I feel like it's a good, a plus. Then we're gonna auto strut these. Auto strut, heaviest part. Root. Grandparent. The heaviest part? Let's try root. I feel like stabilizers is something you want like really controlling the entire craft, and not just bits and pieces fighting for jockeying for support. And I also wonder, what happens if you had some of these turned like this? What if I set it on the wing, I don't know, and sunk it into the wing. So it's like that. The more stabilizers, the better, right? Is that a good enough assumption to make? By definition, a stabilizer stabilizes, correct? Its positioning is kind of irrelevant. You can only have it more optimized. Interested to see what this does. And then we'll put like a tiny one into here. Maybe we could do two. Boop like that. If we go like doop, esky doop. The only thing about this is I don't think this is center. That makes me think about this one being center too. These are probably slightly above. These are probably centered enough. I don't know if they have to be turned 90-degree angles, but that's like, for some reason that's why I'm kind of, my standard intuition, my instinct is to try to make them 90 degrees, whether it's flat or upright. Make it 90 degrees and it'll stabilize accordingly. Because you either want to be flat or upright. Ba-dum bum bum. Bum bum. Ba-dee-doo. That's fine. These ones are a little above center. Should be fine. Right? Yeah, I could stick them a little bit lower. It'll be like these circular things sticking down, but I feel like they're fine where they're at. Okay, we got stabilizers. We need monopropellant. Monopropellant translators. This is going to be our forward translation monopropellant. Trying to make sure it doesn't get interference. We're making it as straight as possible. Because if it does hit this, if it registers that it's hitting that, it will cut down on its effectiveness. Forward translation. 2 should be fine. You really don't need to have a lot, I feel like. You just need them to be center. can put it on the inside because it'll push. I feel like this is far enough that if I actually did put it here, it's far enough away from this wing that it would register. I kind of don't want to test that. So let me kind of consolidate our Vernor engine things and monopropellant. This will be our reverse backwards translation. Now, I feel like there should be, I should probably do something about key binding all the Vernor engines so I can cut them off while I monopropellant maneuver. Up, down. Can I make this up, down? Up, down. This will be up, down, forward, and back. So we're gonna make this up, down, side to side strife. I guess if I did this. Down, side to side. If anything, this would work more so if I did it for forward, back, left, right by putting them like square on top and on bottom where the center of mass is going to be. Just so like kind of ugly. Kind of ugly in that they're very ugly. But they're effective in that you get multiple directions with one thing. I guess I have to mirror this. Yeah, I'm gonna try to just micromanage with these ones. Forward, we got reverse, we need up. This is down rather. Down. So approximately the same distance. Should be like here or something. I'm looking down. I'm gonna put them on these, but like in it. So if you look, if we count these panels, it'll be 1, 2. So it'll be 1, 2. Out wide, put it there. Go in and get it. Wait, what? So I can't put them on these things. Oh wait, no I can't. Wait, what? What are you? What do you want from me, game? So I put it on this, and then clip it. Hope it's not just floating. I sink it down enough. We have our down translation, and up translation. So let's see. Let's try to make this easy on ourselves here. Up there. That to that. It's probably like here. I think there's a mod that's like a tape measure. That would be helpful. But I feel like I would lose my mind trying to achieve mathematical precision perfection. Upward translation, check. Or not level, but I feel like that's should be, right? Technically these aren't either with this one. Let's hope the pilot, maybe the pilot knows how to dial them to be correct. I don't know. There might be a little extra push. We'll see. Should be negligible. We got stabilizers to compensate. We got up, down, forward, back. We need left and right. Translation. So I feel like I just place it right on these things. Oop. One. Then one here. This always used to be my most annoying part of a build, because functionality just kills aesthetics sometimes. It's like, come on! It's like I had this beautiful spacecraft, now it has all these nipples. I mean, come on. Come on. Okay, all translations with monopropellant is a check. Stabilizers, check. Structural integrity, I think we're good here. We're gonna need a docking port. How we're gonna do this? Boom, boom, it here. Are we just gonna put this right on top? Boom, boom. Be easiest if it's probably easiest if it's on the top of the center of mass actually. But definitely easier if it's not perpendicular. Hmm. I feel like where I put it's gonna look weird. Oops. This, not the whole thing. I want to like barely clear. Opening. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-boom. Boom, 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 boom. Pin. Guru, 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 doo, doo. Would it look better up here? Maybe. My bad. Why are you fighting me on here? I can make this look right. Scoop. It's the lining up. It's like the angle right here was a little too steep, so it's harder. It was harder to manage it. Well, here. I feel like it's actually. Going like that. Let's actually auto strut it. So it's like really when it's docked solid. Parts around it will also be solid. Could just still strut some stuff over here. I think I should about put in a panel. Panel, rubber, Lex. so. It's better than it was. Auto strut. Which is nice. This is auto strut to the root. The one right next to it is auto strut to this heaviest part that's here. So it's like pulling from two different auto struts for stability. Should be fine. Save. Structural stuff was fine. Decoupling, docking ports. This stuff should be good. This stuff. Service bay. I'm not sure what a service bay is. What's a service bay? Heat resistant service bay, ideal for protecting delicate instruments or storing small service components such as RCS, tanks, batteries, etc. How big is it? Wonder if that's what I should put right here. Oop. Meanwhile, this is just useless. Just pure aesthetics. Wing parts, wheels. I hope the wheels are correct. I'm inclined to think that my instability while driving is actually because the wheels aren't positioned straight. Like they're a hair off here and there, but just enough to screw me royally. I'm trying to use the lines on the thing to line it up. That maybe made that one better. Let's see. Microscopic adjustments. Thermal. Oh god. Should I put these on the bottom of my ship? Probably should, right? Requires electrical charge. Radiator. Cools only nearby parts. Not sure how this works. Does it open? Extend. Oh, so these are like heat sinks. They radiate the heat. These look like extend. See, I haven't even gotten to the part where I need to worry about this stuff. So are these even for re-entry? The heat shields, these are. Radiator panels, I think, are for dissipating heat in space from something like running nuclear engines. I'm gonna go ahead and be like, I think I'm fine there. Should see what costs the most. Let's get a simple dish or something. Whatever costs the most is probably the bee's knees, right? Probably don't need those. Feel like I should try to put it into here. Just one of these. It's like, boop. Sending messages, receiving messages. Scoop. Nice little covert. Put it kind of anywhere. Song request. I just like listening to the game. Does this rotate though? I have to point the rear of my craft. Boop, boop, boop. It's a great song. Let's see. We got communication, more or less. I'm not sure if this isn't exactly the top contender. Price tag, let's see what this is. Just out of curiosity. It's bigger. Please listen to it. Oh, fine. I can always go back after. Unless it's what is it? A Rickroll. Made that mistake before. Do we want the science crap? Parachutes. I could put parachutes on it as like a failsafe. But I should be able to glide. I should actually test to see if I can glide to a safe landing. I think actually having parachutes on would be kind of cool too. Just to have him. There, I can set these to deploy if I'm going too fast on a landing. Party Rock Anthem Remix. Let's see. Party Rock. Gets me hyped. Yeah, I'm in more of a chill mode. I like the music. The in-game music. Also, it copyright music would mute my stream. I think, what else? I have parachutes at the front. Wait, are these the big ones? Which one's the big ones? The blue one, right? Yeah. Could put two like right here. So if things get hairy, between the four of them, I'll come down kind of flat. These on a different one. Those there. Let's auto strut to the root. So they're all kind of even here. Save. What else? Ba-dum-bum. Hey, that's all it takes sometimes. And I'm multi-streaming on different platforms, and some are more sensitive than others. I know Twitch generally isn't all that sensitive. But YouTube is, and Facebook will actually cut your live stream off if it detects it. YouTube at least lets you continue. Same thing with Twitch, but I try not to just... Remixes count? Let's see. Lights? Almost forgot about lights. Where were lights? Why did I forget? Where are lights? Fuel. I think I'm good. I'm fine. I'm fine not hearing it and checking it out after the stream. Actually, the more insistent that you are makes me suspicious as to if it actually is. You could always click it and play it over while watching. Where are the lights? I feel like they should be here. Wheels, aerodynamic, payload, coupling, structural. Where are lights? Utility, right? Oh my god. No, like I said, I'm fine. I would want lights pointing at the hatch for docking purposes. calculate to see if you're joking or not. It's actually a nice little space for him there. Got lights from the front. Alright, chill out, dude. Chill. Oops. Chill out. Was really like that remix. Jesus. The best remix ever. It's like the music video where everybody's turned into a zombie. I kind of want to put lights on here, but then I don't want it to mess up the wings. I can try these for a little lower profile. Oh no, it might light up the inside here though. It might look weird, but could also look great. I'll shine on here. This will shine that way. This will be good for shining the light on anything that needs to be looked at underneath. Rear. Don't really need much more than that. As soon as we get into space though, it's gonna be like, ah, we need so much more light. We'll try with that. And I'm talking as if getting into space is guaranteed. Is even. Let's see. Your mass still looks good. So let's play what the fuel looks like. Good, so much. What are we even at? Oh man. We've been streaming for an hour and 48 minutes. It feels like it's been taking forever. So there's fuel here. I don't like that. So the nature of this big booty tank is actually that it gets unstable as it frickin'... I mean, well, I guess no, because it's the back portion and it's not in the center. Maybe if it was in the center, it'd be more, it'd distribute evenly. I think it's manageable though. Bulk of our fuel. 9,000 liquid fuel with 1,100 oxidizer. Feel like I want more liquid fuel. Liquid fuel. $900. How big's this tank? I don't know if the payoff would be worth it. Let's assume that's not and just try to see if this ability here is fine. Save that in there. What else? What's up, Cryptic Storm? What else do we need? So I think we're actually good here. Save this. Let's make another one. This is just gonna be, that one's gonna be our backup for just as is testing, I guess. This one's gonna be for space. So we're gonna point this one up. We're gonna close. Why wouldn't the lights be on if it's the legs are down? Let's retract those. Oh yeah! Thanks for the follow there, Cryptic Storm. Turn the lights on here. On the Twitch. This is the Commodore I've been working on for inspired by Thor Ragnarok, by the ship of the same name, belonging to the Grandmaster. We're gonna try to get this thing into space. We've flown it to the island airfield successfully with 3% fuel to spare. You can see I'm new to the game. I mean, I have some hours Let's see, how many hours? I mean, I'm new to... I'd still consider myself amateur, for sure, but I wouldn't say new. Here, I'll give you so 484 hours. Not very. What's up, Armor? Oh, you're not. Oh god, sorry. I'm tired. Even still, I'd consider myself not very versed in. Not the most versed. In like super optimized perfect builds of perfection. But yeah, I like to dabble in the aesthetic tinkering. I'd say if I had gauges of a skill set of sorts, I'd say that's where my strength lies. Functionality, eh. Practicality, eh. But aesthetics, having fun, kind of just, I consider like 3D sketching with the clunkiest assemblage of parts. So we're gonna try to build a rocket here. The thing is, sometimes the game doesn't like this because I've based it off of a mirror symmetry craft. But rockets are typically radial symmetry. So as I build this, the game might not like what I'm trying to do. This is vanilla. Vanilla. Not that I'm against mods, but I just like to keep it simple. Even though some mods, I guess, like some are just aesthetic, so it wouldn't even interfere. Some mods help things get simpler, but I don't know. I've had the game. I mean, it was a while ago when it happened, but like I've had the game corrupt itself as is. So like mods make me nervous about stuff like that. For no mods? Well, thanks. I've just, funny thing is I only recently found out about auto strutting. Which is a big, could be a game changer as far as functionality goes, because just like general instability was one of my biggest things that I'd become combating. Things wobbling. With auto struts, you can kind of put that at ease a little bit. I was all about manual strutting. Is this even the right part? Liquid and oxidizer. This transitions to the biggest engine, doesn't it? Your strength is, oh, not a thing. I think I have the wrong piece. is even, why is it shaped like this? Unless I have this, I'm putting this on wrong. It's supposed to go this way. There we go. Now it's even closer. So go like that. And that makes me want to just add another thing. Yeah, I just appreciate, like, I don't know. This game, it appreciates when you make things symmetrical and balanced, and it preys on my desire for those things. Once again, still not like the best builder, but if you appease the balance and symmetry gods, you can at least make something interesting. So I'm kind of going to use, I guess, this center of lift as my reference to where the center of mass of this is. Which I guess I should just still be paying attention to the whole thing as a whole. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And this is probably on too early. Let's put that there. Oh, grab the same part. Come on. There we go. Boom. Where's the big engines? The biggins? One, two should be on this side. The important details. Let's put another one on top. I'm not sure when I should stop. Not sure when I should stop here exactly. Batamara. Which one's the cone? This to video games don't teach you anything. You reply, I'm a game that taught me how to land on the moon, set a stable orbit around moons and planets, re-entry heating with different materials, and a blader. Yep. Delta V. Can you walk up to somebody on the street and ask them what Delta V is and they'll know? Maybe. It's change in velocity, duh. Ooh, oh, okay. You didn't know that? Since you were born? Yeah, no. I still have trouble with the rendezvous. Not great at it. Come on, symmetry. We're gonna drop these down to mask the thrust thing there. One thing I like to do here, I don't even think it matters. I think it's just adding unnecessary extra weight on here. So I like to take these and I put it on top of the booster rockets. Right? Are you with me? Put a little cap on it. And then have these feed into this. So it's just like a little extra juice for the main engine. These go empty first. They're like empty like that, and then they decouple when this decouples. Crack open a cold one. Yeah, I'm drinking water because I'm a little sick. Got a little sinus soreness going. Oh, you're also. I presumed without finishing reading. I'm terrible at hydration. Drink way too much soda. Okay, here we go. Is this enough booster rockets to couple? It'd be nice if the game kind of deciphered what you were trying to do and set these stages up right, or not mix them. Okay. There. Struts. Where should I strut these? Nervous. The lift here is gonna screw me. Save. Should probably have something holding this thing up by the center of mass. God, symmetry, come on. Is that enough? Super stable. I'm gonna save these engines, but I'm actually scared that because if I do save those, where 9 degrees outside feels like 90 inside. I'm not looking forward for colder times and higher heating bills. If I don't fire these, it's just gonna backflip. So I kind of have to fire them. Do we have a stabilizer? That there. I have a feeling we're gonna need a lot of these. Kind of all over the place. A lot of these for stabilizing. the front flip and back flip. The inevitable flippage. Since this wing is here, I'm not even sure if these are gonna fire correctly. So those have to blast out towards the side, which means they'll be less effective, which means I should probably put more. I'm gonna just try it. So I'm gonna ignite these two, release. I guess I should ignite all of them. Let's try everything. Everything firing, then release. A couple boosters when they're done. A couple this when we're high enough. Wait. Orbit. Oh, well, sorry. Like, just grabbing parts of what you're saying. So yeah, orbit, other than the title, which we're trying to get into orbit. I doubt we're even gonna get out of the atmosphere, but should we make it to orbit, you know, it'd be nice to have it as a spaceship kind of thing where it can go into space. It has the engines for space, it has the engines for flying within the atmosphere too. It'd be nice to land on the moon, make a space station. I should actually have a space station up there waiting for me because it's gonna be probably empty fuel before I forget. Oh, why? Let's have redundant fuel lines. Not like that. Elo. So here's the thing. I'm pretty consistent on being able to make it to the moon and Minmus. I've been to one of them that has really high gravity, and I didn't even realize that ahead of time, so unless I sent something there, like I don't even think the Kerbals could walk. It was kind of sad because it's like, well, you guys are screwed. You guys are screwed. That was a long time ago. So yeah, I don't know. I've been to that one. I'm trying to think of. There was another one where I was in the vicinity of it, I guess, but I didn't have any real means unless I was just gonna crash into the. But it'd be nice to have a go-to kind of ship. This is probably not the best for exploring on all types of planets, unless I do my research and it's comparable to Kerbin. Didn't I just read? Why does this keep resetting? It's because I detached it like an idiot. Let's do this. Everything fires. Fires, then it releases, boosters, ship, landing parachute, emergency parachute. Save. God. Eve was purple, yeah. I was like, what is... you're doomed. You're doomed, bud. It's like I won't even know how to do a rescue mission. And I think that was even before they had the claw. Like in hindsight now, I'd probably send the claw to just slam on top of the Kerbal because it'll grab it. But then I wouldn't know how to... I'd have to have this just massive amount of force to exit that gravity. And I don't know if the Kerbal will be able even to survive all that. So I feel like this isn't enough. The rocket looks really small by comparison. SAS on, RCS, full throttle. Engines, and release, and no backflip, come on. Interesting. So I wonder if it backflipped because of the lift? What kind of controller? Xbox 360. Technically it says Microsoft. It's a Microsoft Windows gaming controller. I could try to move these inward like this. Okay. Okay. That will make for a dangerous decouple, but it may stabilize the backflip. Now we have the force pushing forward. And basically we'll just have to calibrate this as we go to see if this even is a solution. And then the thing is, these engines are still warming up while these are full blast. So I should technically fire these first, let them warm up a little bit, then hit these rockets. Let's do that. Yeah, it has the little USB receiver. I can't keyboard and mouse this game. I don't know why. My brain doesn't understand. Let's go. It's probably gonna front flip now. Ready? Go! Release! Still with the black flip. Wow. Really? Belly flop! Decouple! We got a really sturdy craft here. There you go. Watch the lights. Watch the light. That's fine. This thing was built to take a beating. There we go. Rejecting wheels. Okay, now we just need a rendezvous with a rocket to take us into orbit. This is really stable. I think the stabilizers I added are helping a lot, but we have a very narrow window, as you can see, for climbing. I want to say, if you look at the nav ball, I can't go higher than 20 degrees. It used to be 15, so I optimized it since then. But this is flying much more stable now. I feel like the stabilizers I added are doing the job lovely without having to use too much fuel out of these little engines that fire when I do that. I'm already out of fuel, which kind of sucks. You have KSP on Steam, you can't use a controller. I don't know if it's I know you have to turn on for this one. The controller has to be on before the game starts. I don't know how much troubleshooting you've gone through, or if you're using. So let's see. We're doing backflips, right? Backflips. So our weight is here. Our thrust is primarily here. That's why we're doing backflips. So, okay, wait. What if, okay, let's put this back actually. Put these back on the middle. Can I? Or did I ruin it? I have an idea. Center of lift is about where the original center of mass for this thing is, so I'm gonna try to keep it even here. Move that. Let's try to reset this. Why is it not? That's keep it there, not even worried about it being matching there. Now, let's see if we can move the center of lift, or center of mass, into the middle. We're going to do that by basically just adding weight to the front. Contemplating whether I should have it decouple or not. I'll be safe for that to be the case. That, and then we're gonna put weight. What if we copy this engine assembly as well? So we have the actual equal thrust on this side. Let's see. How can we do this? First off, let's just start with the tank. Let's get a tank. Tank on it. And how is this gonna go to technically it doesn't need to be exactly the same shape. Just need 5 engines. Is there a thing for 5 engines? Quad, tri. Hmm. Guess I could just do the math. Math. Yes. So we got maximum thrust. Let's just say 162 times 5. We need 810. So 810 divided by 4, 202.5. What engine fits that exact spec? None of these. Liquid fuel engine. 2.5. This one's at 205, but it is a rocket fuel. It's not a jet. Let's see if that that little extra juice that it has is negligible. Oh my god, this thing is already a pinch redonkulous. Just by a pinch. It's still heavier on this side, and then it has lift on this side, so it's like all these. Gonna be moved. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Might be able to fit. Is there a narrower piece? Come on. Boom. Probably as good as that's gonna get. The thing is, what is the fuel economy on this little experiment, on this abomination of mine, gonna look like? Boom, boom. Let's see. Fire everything. Fire those. Let go. A couple. Maybe not this. Okay. Save. I think these 4 can hold it. Let's see. We shall see. Okay, ready? Firing engines. Okay. We're fighting off a mean backflip right now. Oh god, it's still pushing. Okay. I have an idea. Ow. These are kicking too hard, so if I do a thrust limiter of I do a thrust limiter of 10%. What are these? 205 times or 5%? So they're going to be firing at 95%. Delicate calibrations here. Technically, we should be able to just keep doing that until it balances out. And hopefully the aerodynamics doesn't kick in, because that's really the one thing that can require us to even go further than that. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I would say it's like a front lean. Still going back a bit. I need to adjust it even more. Can I do it on the fly? Probably not without screwing myself over royally. Make it a big difference. Let's make it like 80%. See something more noticeable. I have a feeling it's still gonna want to backflip, but this is just part of the process. Part of my process right now. %, thrust on counterbalance engines. And these things are probably still warming up. Stable. Up. Yep, it's trying to backflip a little. This is without, no hands, this is the SAS doing it. Still backflipping. Keep dialing them down, I guess. Let's try 50%. Let's try really low-balling the thrust capacity here. 50%. 50. 50. The alternative is actually, since this has a center engine, the alternative is actually set up a circular decoupler right on it and build a rocket to push from directly behind this thing. And then just manage any of the instability, especially from lift, that ensues. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Cause this build, I don't feel like it feels weird. It feels unnecessary. But it could. Like 2 rockets pushing from the rear in this design, or this capacity, power. Looks like it actually wants to dip forward, which is good. So as we gain speed, the lifter is going to pull up against that. It's already kicking, look. Engines are firing. Really? You're already wanting to backflip on me? Come on, I could try spinning. Looks like a, from like a certain angle, looks like a Enterprise. We can do this. Not really. I wonder where the setting is to set the smoke trail to last like a really long time. Cause I'd be interested to see what the real shape of this this thing looks like. Okay, we got a couple of these. Still doing backflips. Is that 50%? Is it the lift? Let's do... I'm not confident in this build. I don't feel like... Not confident in that one. But... See, I should actually build a rocket separate and bring it in as a subassembly to plop right here. Especially since this won't allow me to have, I think, well, will it have, it won't let me radial symmetry pointed up. Let's see, circular decoupler. Boom. Let's do a auto strut to the root. We're going to do that a lot for this initial attachment point for stability. Structural. What one do we need? This one. Oop. Root. And this one. Root. And this way, we don't have to worry about balance. We just have to worry. We only have to worry about lift. biting our lift. Be a nightmare. But that's just one beast as opposed to two. Which one is it? This one? Wait, is there something this big? I think I'm missing one of the tanks. Is it this one? Not that one. I'm missing a tank. There's a tank that's just like huge. And I'm just not. Gotta be like a huge. It's this one. I remember the stripe pattern. The thing is, it's like comparably though, the little image, because it's so big, actually looks smaller than these. So that's why I had that initial. Oh, can I not go higher? So I got a limit. It's fine. Let's do that. Then what engines go in here? This one, 1200 versus. No, this one's still 37. Oh, it's still the better one. Reached my limit though. Okay. Smaller piece. There we go. There we are. Bitty bitty boo. We're gonna be scraping the roof, taking this thing out. You're good, you're good, you're good. Okay. Then there's these that I can use as boosters. Center of mass. So high. So high up. Boom. 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 And what's the shape of this one? I think those are yellow tanks. Yellow tank, or yellow, orange. Orange tanks. To these. Drop this down. Strut them up. Still probably gonna auto strut. stability. Bit of a cheese, but whatever. And then let's put on stabilizers. Let's double it. Double the pleasure. And aerodynamic part. Caps. Because these are so massive, I'm scared when I decouple them, I'll need to put these on for decoupling. But these are mini boosters. Mini booster rockets. And they're gonna separate these. Those, so when this decouples, these mini boosters fire, giving us a clean separation. Engine with this. These engines won't fire. We're done here. And I haven't even gotten into like freaking micromanaging all these air vents that I can close. See, I could always attach this as a sub-assembly and then fix that and then reattach it later if we can get there. Thing is, are these engines enough? That's the question. Should probably feed into center one. I could still put booster rockets here. These will probably get all these need to fire. When these go, let me grab this to put it. Oh god. Thanks for the sparks there. See little fireworks here. We'll pass these a little low. Thanks. That to here. Oh god. Copy to this side. How come it feels like... Makes me nervous having these point directly at this symmetrical. Should be. Then these to here. These to here. Line them up. Put a cap on it. All these fire. These decouple that. These decouple that. This decouples that. That fires. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, we don't have any support struts. We don't have any support struts. We're just balancing on our engines. We're fine. We're fine. No sudden movements. Except for this initial. Okay. And I don't have struts. I wanted to strut all this up. Do. Okay. There we go. So accelerating. Did center. Oh god. Why are we... Ooh. Oh god. Why are we going forward? Shouldn't we be going backwards? Okay. Speak of the physics. I wonder why. Why do we go forward? Doesn't make sense. So tall. Boop boop boop. Your center of lift. You know what it could be? The center of lift is putting this way, so we should gain lift that actually makes us backflip. However, if you notice the ball, the center of that lift is on this side of the center of mass. And that's making more drag than lift before the lift kicks in and pulls it back. So we go forward from the drag and then we go back from the lift. Alright. And it's too big for one of these, right? How does this even work? Am I supposed to put it on in between? I think it's supposed to go in the... Unless I put it on upside down. Cancel. What are you doing? Let me cancel it. Undo. Got it. Do you know which side is the correct side? Or is it always down? So you should be able to cancel it. Alright, right button cancels placement. There we go. Boom. Yes. Is it yellow because it's clipping already? So, what if... Can it fit here? I just want to see if it can work, but be like clipped like crazy. Go up all the way. You know what? What's up? How are we gonna do this? So it looks like it's not just... You have something to ask? Hope it's not intruding. Depends. That depends on what the question is. Oh my goodness. It's a personal question. It's a personal question whether I remember you or not. Okay. Any further inquiries on this subject matter should be directed toward my lawyer. Lawyer up. You want to know if I remember you? Call my lawyer. Alright. Go through this whole thing of litigation, court hearings, witness testimony. Mr. Armour, please propose your question to Mr. Glasgow. I object. The remembered or the remembee not within their right to ask such questions. I don't think... Oh wait, what could I do? I could try to spam these. which I don't have to worry about overlapping parts as much anymore because more wings. I hope fuel is not cross-feeding through this. Okay, it says enable crossfeed, so it must be disabled currently. What else? Even though I'm actually spending fuel because these little engines are all firing up here. So if anything, I should run a line from, I don't know if I can get to it though. Nope. How do I give it fuel? I can do structural hard point. For the sole purpose of providing fuel for the Vernor engines. God dang it. I don't think it likes being on this piece. Ah, come on. The fact that it's touching the... Like, no. No. You extend to that tank. It's gonna be burning too much fuel making these stupid adjustments. No. That might work. Let's roll with it. What are we doing? Trying to stabilize this with as many of these engines. These tiny little bastards here. I could put them on the bottom to counterbalance around the center of mass. I feel like, oh, this is gonna be such a drain on the fuel. It's basically poking holes in our gas in our fuel tank. Alright. Save, these fire, these let go. These fire to decouple boosters, these fire to decouple those tanks. Save again, just because. Oh, wait, 2 a.m. I've been streaming for 3 hours now. Alarm's going off telling me to go to bed. Tell me how to live my life. Which is awkward because I'm the one that set those alarms. Let's go, we gotta make it. Let's make it to the upper atmosphere at least. Just let me have to fine tune stuff. Don't make me fail. Oh, what? What is this? Why is it so crazy? Okay. I have an idea. If it's not stable in this narrow band, maybe what it needs is another one here. I'm not gonna do mirrored here. I'm not gonna do symmetry because I'm scared of what it might try. Scared of what it might try to do. It might go crazy on me. This is radial symmetry. But for the most part, everything got copied over. Let's see by how much different. See if I can line up all these struts here. They should line up. That should act as a way for me to line up these engines so that they're firing evenly. Of course, the paint is crooked here. Some shoddy craftsmanship by the Kerbals, as per usual. So that can't be trusted as a way to line things up. One of my go-to ways to line engines up is to bring it down to the floor and to grab the entire thing, see if they enter the floor at the same. Wait, but there's too much going on. I can't even keep track. I'm just gonna eyeball this one. And we're gonna just, see what happens. Keep it going. Hopefully all these are consistent with each other. I think so. Be interesting. Should work, right? Boop 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 boop. Oh God, why? Why? Why is it so unstable? Oh my God, why? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. That's a lift kicking in once I start getting too fast. Nose is too heavy compared to thrust. Ah! Let's see. I don't think this is happening tonight. Mass? I guess that lift. It's like drag because it's on this side, and then the lift kicks in at about like anywhere from 60 to 90 meters per second. How do we counteract that? Is it possible to build... Oh, that's how I did it last time. Okay, okay. So this will be a completely different thing altogether, but basically putting these on the ends here. Which isn't gonna happen very easily. Because I'm thinking back to I made the Milano from Guardians of the Galaxy, which was Star-Lord's ship, and that thing was even funkier looking and flying than this thing. And the way I did it was basically from the center of mass here, I built out on the sides, I believe, all the assembly. So the center of mass stayed here, and any effect that lift would have was counteracted by the brute force of the thrust and balance of having the rockets there, and instead of trying to balance with the Werner engines here, it's actually doing it from on top and bottom of the center of mass that's here that has all the force adjusted to it. Maybe an Acme giant slingshot. More thrust at the nose. Yeah, that's basically what I would be doing. Building around the ship instead of... Wait, do I want to keep any of this? Hold on. I'm going to keep this assembly. Would two of these be enough? Maybe from here I can attach it to... Because this would be, you know... We'll see. See if we could do it really quick. Go there, drop it down, zoom in, go up, center of mass. Let's get one of these. Mirror. This is the tricky part. Making sure this thing lays nice. Put it on there. Might have to put it up here because this is the angle. Actually, we can manage if we level this first. Slap some I-beams on it. Be fine. Boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. I'll strut. One of these here. Strut. Bo-do-bo-bo. Boom, boom. Where is it? And this to this. I need to attach it to this one. But this is the root. Shall we just see if it works anyways? Is it gonna work the same? Those fire, those let go, that does that, that does that. Let's just see how this... This is giving fuel for the adjustments that are going to be firing off on that. That. Right. I still feel like we need some of these going on. By a factor of a lot more than this. Need to do this side too, god dang it. Like really sloppy. I'm just trying to get a gist of how this is gonna handle. But that's not how rocket science works. You leave that rocket science to me. Okay. One more time. This is the last one. Last one. Last one. Unless we crash immediately, then I have to, obviously, do more. I want to get a gist of how this is going to work. It's funny, they're gently pointed out just a little bit. Oh, you know what? Why is... Yeah, that's right. Stop. This wants to go down. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, come on. Still. Even still. Nose wants to go down first. What if I spin? Oh god. Oh god. Basically something like this. Something like this where the ship's at the center of the whole fiasco. Well, we get to test out our decoupling. Let's stabilize first. Nice. Smooth moves. We need to have something to manhandle the nose. and what it wants to do when it's over 60 meters per frickin' second in atmosphere, because that's the issue. It's not that it's oh, where's the decoupler? Hold! Oh no. Okay. Which fuel do we have? I wonder if I can land this. Come on. Can I recover from a free fall? Come on. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Warning. Warning. Come on. Oh, come on, you fat. Oh, God. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're fine. Rebel Alliance logo, yeah. It's actually the if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, there's a ship called the Commodore that I modeled it after. But yeah, they look like the Rebel Alliance logo. Brakes. Any landing you can walk away from. I guess, yeah. That was quite the recovery, so I'm feeling more and more confident as long as we're not going faster than about 60 some odd meters per second. But yeah, this is I'll give you guys a gander. Hold on, where's this? So this is the ship. How do I get it out of this view? See, where's my other references? Another reference. Oh, open. Oh God. There, another reference. I kind of see. Let me play this. This is kind of for a reference of the cockpit relative to the front of the wings. This is a good front, even though it's a little blurry. I need to pick one to do a side-by-side for like a comparison. Even though there's a commercial out now that actually has a good shot from the rear. That's a shot there. This is Legos. So this is when there is very few shots to go by. Oops. Oh. So this is how, like if you think about that front view one, it's kind of close. Silhouettes, almost there. It has two primary engines in the movie, which I could replace these with a very overpowered engine to get the thrust that I need, but then we'd just be destroying our fuel. But yeah. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Unfortunately, we were not able to make it to space. The question, can it even space? can it orbit? Will it orbit, rather? Not right now. And it's weird. So we've tried a taxiing system. That actually we might have to go back to that. Because it would force the burden on the main bulk of the rocket. As opposed to having it on the sides, which is kind of awkward. But it worked last time, but then that was a while ago when I played that way. On the nose was a no-go for show. And maybe some other combination of building around the ship, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to sleep on it. I need some rest. I think I'm gonna keep trying tomorrow. I think I'm gonna keep trying. If you're watching this on YouTube and the video has been uploaded and updated, you can click on these thumbnails where you can see the last time we played on Wednesday of last week. It was the very last flight was our first successful kind of execution of a test flight, where we not only flew and landed, we landed on the island. And you could see, I don't know if you could see on the video, but it was a lot more squirrely. So today we did a good job of stabilizing it with some stabilizing wheels and managing the center of mass of where the fuel is. And before that we played some Hitman because we needed to take a break. But you can see here, this is at 5,000% video speed, but it's doing all these unnecessary adjustments there because it's just so squirrely. But I think at least we fixed that. As far as going into space, how are we gonna do it? How are we gonna do it? I could try even the Virgin. I always want to say Virgin Mobile, but the Virgin aircraft, I forget what they call it. The way they taxi that into space is they basically have a giant wing, which is like two jumbo jets fly up, and where their wings would connect in the middle is where the spacecraft is suspended. And it's a slow climb to the proper altitude to try to kick it into orbit, as opposed to rockets, which is what we're trying to rely on now. Which this craft does not like the aerodynamics of anything above 60 meters per second. It's like it's catastrophic. And maybe I need to close all the air intakes. Space Lord with the Acme slingshots. Could there be a way to manufacture a slingshot? I don't know. I don't think the technology is there just yet. That is actually more advanced technology than I have. And the way it was falling, it seems like its butt is very heavy, so it needs to get enough thrust to point the nose down, to catch the lift, and then we barely pulled it out of there. It has a very heavy butt. So free falling is a dangerous maneuver to recover from. But then we also had our parachutes that we could have deployed. We probably should have deployed. A reasonable risk assessment should have called for that, but whatever. Tired. Thanks for joining me, guys. Hope you guys have a good week. Get some rest. Stay warm or stay cool, depending on where you are. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more, unless I switch it up. I did get a lot of like little games on the autumn sale, but I'm not sure when how I want to march to those out. Just like probably here and there. We'll see. Peace.